You don't have a lead problem, you have a memorability problem. So forget about leads completely for this video. I can only say this because I've worked with so many companies that have had a worse service than their competitors, but because they were more memorable right over here, they have been able to actually eat better, grow their business faster, and take over their area quicker. In this video, I'm going to go over there's 3 specific ways that you could feed your business. 2 of them which will keep you hungry. I'm going to go over all 3 for you. So I need you to tap in with me today. My name is Caleb. I'm the CEO and founder of Illuminaries, where we have done over $2.5 million for clients in revenue and also 300 million views across platforms using paid ads and organic content. So we kind of know what we're talking about when it comes to scaling businesses that are local in the area, junk removal, PPF, etc. But for this video, I want you to understand that leads are fruit. That is the analogy that we're going to use because I'm going to run through 3 different levels of contractors, as you can see here, and then break down the rest for you guys. So when we're diving into it, right, I want you guys to understand there's levels to this. And level 1 is where all of the contractors that are relying on word of mouth are. Word of mouth is the lowest rung on the whole ladder, just because you are literally picking up fruits off of the ground, picking up leads off of the ground, and you are a scavenger here. It rarely happens when fruits drop onto the ground or when apples drop onto the ground. They're never on schedule and you have absolutely zero control. And that's a huge problem because people think that they could scale their business like this, but this is just a ceiling. And you may find a whole bunch of nice apples on the ground, but there's no way to regenerate that. There's no way to know that's going to come in next month. And therefore, there's no way to scale your business that way. 90% of you are here, unfortunately. If you're starting out, this is an okay place to be. So you can pick up jobs so you're not relying on too much, you're not spending too much money. But once you actually figure it out and want to move up, you need to move up, right? Level 2 is now you're picking fruits, from other wild trees. Level 2 is where 9.9% of you are right now. You're a hunter here. Every day you're hunting for more food. What this looks like is cold outreach. So cold calls, cold DMs, door knocking, or short lead ad campaigns. And I'll break this down a bit further for you. But when we look at this right here, right? Marketing agencies prey on you guys the most here. This is where they prey because a lot of you guys think that, okay, like if I just go for the leads, if I just go for the leads and the fruit specifically, I'm gonna get the jobs. And that is true to a certain extent, but this is short-sighted marketing. You will stay hungry every single day that you don't do something, you don't go out, you don't take action. And if you do not work, there are no jobs. So what you have a lot of the time are marketing agencies that will go ahead and either do pay per lead or they'll do monthly retainers. So pay per lead is when they hand you a basket of apples just like this, and some of the apples can be bad, some of them will be good, but you pay for the basket. You don't pay per job, right? Monthly retainers are even worse. You're going ahead and paying $3,000 for an unguaranteed basket of apples, right? So that's level 1 and level 2, and these will forever keep you hungry, right? But now moving to level 3, which is growing your own fruit trees. You are now a farm owner here, and 0.1% of you are here, right? And why is it such a small amount? Because the contractors that I've spoken to, right, and I've come to understand that in the industries that you're in, junk removal, detailing, PPF, or even renovations, everyone wants to just work with their hands and focus on the craft. But you guys have to understand you are business owners now. You are not just contractors. You have to figure out how to be bigger than just your hands and just the labor, right? So what this actually looks like is building a company's local brand in the area. And this comes with authoritative content, audience building ads, compounding word of mouth. And what that is I said word of mouth up here, but you're probably like, Caleb, oh my gosh, like word of mouth, what are you talking about? Word of mouth on level 1 is a ceiling of word of mouth where you just are able to go to the reaches of your current network. But what happens when you build a brand and expand your reach across the city, more different circles start to talk about you, and that compounds the word of mouth until the whole city is just your organic melting pot of leads. Then 4th, predictable traffic, controlled and inbound, which is the best part. The best part about this, guys, is that you eat forever, you eat every day, you eat every season, you eat every year. And beyond that, new seeds. So like when you see here, when these apples go ahead and they fall on the ground and they just like, they sit here, what happens is that they deteriorate and the seeds go into the ground. The seeds get planted, new seeds get planted, growing new trees naturally, which means that when you have a brand, you will continue to grow and your brand will grow itself. More people want to collab with you. More people will want to look to you for help. you will be the face of your market, right? There's a lot of things that goes into this. Okay, cool. So the main thing I want you to understand here is that when you are paying for this basket from marketing agencies that burn you are starting from zero every single day and every single month, and you're not building any equity. You could be spending $3,000 a month. And if I do the math on my calculator right now, $3,000 times 12, that is $36,000 that you are putting out for unguaranteed results, for something that you are not putting equity in. That is $3,000 that's going down the drain. It's almost like renting a house. When you rent a house or rent an Airbnb, you don't own the house. So you're not building equity, right? If you guys know exactly what that is. When it comes to building a brand and you build your own trees and you plant your own trees, what happens is that equity compounds and lasts forever. So the real question that we want to ask ourselves is, it's not how do we get more leads, right? We want to stop asking yourselves that question, because that leads you to level 2 right here. That leads you to level 2, being a hunter. What you want to do is start asking the right question that will lead you to the 0.1%, which is, how do I become impossible to forget? Because what you need to understand is that there's a trickle down, right? Building a brand and being impossible to forget is something that leads will come from automatically. So if you're someone, a face that everyone sees year round, every single year, who do you think is going to come to you when they need their bathroom done, when they need their junk removed, when they need their car detailed, right? When they need tattoos on their arm? This is even for tattoo artists as well. Who do you think they're going to come to? They're going to come to the person that is impossible to forget. So instead of trying to go to them, set yourself up and position yourself so they come to you by being impossible to forget. One thing, guys, there's a huge caveat here, and I have to be completely honest with you, is that growing a tree, it takes time, right? You will see the results that you want in the first 3 months. In the first 90 days, you will get jobs from this type of system, building a brand and actually running ads that build an audience, et cetera, et cetera. But you have to be patient, because the roots have to actually grow down to the points at which the tree can grow up. So as above, so below, right? So what you need to understand is that it takes time to build a brand. It takes time to become known in your area, and it takes effort, right? But the thing is once you put in that effort, it compounds forever. And it actually builds on top of itself. There's at a certain point where you can see here, we have interest, no compounding. We have compounding interest, right? For those of you that were in finance class or math class a long time ago, high school maybe, or for those of you that went to university, you've obviously seen one of these charts before. And say, for example, a contractor starting here, right? The contractor that went ahead and paid for the bucket of apples is going to just always be in this area. And if they stop one day, for example, up here, they want to stop paying for that bucket, they drop right back down to here, okay? But the contractor that goes ahead and they actually put time into a brand, into an Instagram that becomes the best in their local area, that makes them impossible to forget. What happens is that, yeah, they'll be on the same path for a little bit with the person that's buying leads, but they're going to take off, completely take off. And we've seen it happen before. I'll actually show you right now. One of our clients, Ezra, let me go to Instagram real quick. Okay, wait, I'll log in real quick, and then I have to. An exact example of one of our clients, Beckett Siteworks, or Ezra, who we started with at 10K per month. We started with him in last September, 10K per month, and he went from being at 10K all the way to being at, let me see if I can find this for you, all the way to being at 100K per month right here. As you can see, thank you, my guy. What are you on track for so far? He said 100. Last time you talked to me, he said 106K. We finished that last month. So this was the month of May. They finished that. We're at 2,300 for this month, which is like the second or third day. And this is because he's taken over his local area. All of that to say this, guys, I want you to understand that compound interest and compound growth is where it's at. And these two levels right here are going to keep you hungry forever. And if you ever ask, okay, like, why am I not getting work? Why am I not able to grow? It's 9 times out of 10, it's because you don't have a predictable amount of leads. Why? Because you are forgettable. You are not impossible to forget. You are not known in your area. You are not memorable, right? So going back to the top, memorability versus leads, always opt in for memorability, guys. We'll chat soon. It's been Caleb. Peace.